Once, in a quiet village hidden between tall mountains, there lived a 24-year-old young man named Marco. Marco's mind was never still. Thoughts rushed through him from morning until night, told memories, worries about tomorrow, questions, fears, and doubts. His heart felt heavy, his mind restless, and peace seemed impossible. He hardly slept well, rarely smiled, and carried a storm inside him every single day. One afternoon, Marco heard about a distant village in the hills. People talked about a wise old man who lived there, someone who was once a famous psychologist in the city. For years, he had guided countless people, teaching them how to calm their minds and discover inner peace. Now retired, he lived quietly in nature, sharing his wisdom only with those who sought it sincerely. Curiosity and hope filled Marco's heart. He thought, maybe this old man can help me too, so he decided to go. The journey was long and exhausting. After several days, Marco finally reached the peaceful hill village. He found a small house covered in vines and greenery. On its porch, the old man sat silently with his eyes closed, looking calm as still water. Marco stepped closer and spoke softly, "Grandfather, my mind is restless. I can't stop thinking. I want peace. Can you help me?" The old man opened his eyes slowly and smiled with gentle warmth. "So, you seek peace," he said. "Come with me. I will give you something simple to do." He led Marco to the small yard, filled a glass completely to the rim with water, and handed it to him. "Walk from here to the edge of the village," the old man instructed, "and return. But remember, not a single drop must fall." Marco was surprised, but determined. He nodded and began the task. The village road was narrow and lively. Children played, dogs barked, shopkeepers called out to customers, and travelers passed by. But Marco did not look at any of it. His eyes stayed fixed only on the glass. Step by step, he walked slowly, carefully, protecting the water with all his focus. When he returned, he took a deep breath and said proudly, "Grandfather, I did it. I didn't spill even one drop." The old man smiled again and asked, "Good, but tell me, did you notice the children playing? Did you hear the dogs barking?" Marco blinked, confused. "No, I didn't notice any of that. I was only thinking about the glass." The wise man nodded. "That is the secret one you already carried within you. When your mind stays in the present moment, fear disappears, confusion fades, and unnecessary thoughts have no place to enter. While you focused on the water, your mind was silent. You were not worried about your past or afraid of your future. You were simply here." Marco slowly understood. This was the peace he had been searching for all along. Peace was not somewhere far away. It wasn't hidden in the world outside. Peace was already within him, waiting to be found whenever he chose to live in the present moment. Marco bowed his head and whispered, "Grandfather, now I see. If I want a quiet mind, I must bring my attention back to this moment. That is where true peace lives." The old man smiled warmly as the sun began to set, painting the ground with soft golden light. Birds returned to their nests, and the evening breeze brushed against the trees. Marco started his journey back home, but he was no longer the same anxious young man. Something inside him had changed. He had finally discovered how to calm his mind. If you enjoyed this story, please give it a like and share it with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe for more inspiring stories filled with wisdom and life lessons. Thank you for watching. Until the next story, stay well and stay peaceful.